looked up to through. So I'm significantly older than your good self. So if I look at Lancashire, I'll think of Flintoff, obviously, Neil Fairbrother, and those type of players. Is there any players that you looked up to?
Well, just off tonight, we played Leeds tonight in the 2020. Carl Brown has played tonight. He's played for Lancashire for numbers of years. Played in the 2020 Blast team. Won the trophy with them in 2015, I think. And he played against us tonight. So quality, ex-professional. I used to watch him on the telly all the time, and to ball him tonight was nice. And you see so many professionals during this league now and playing against them for Lancashire. It's a great challenge, and like you said, Flintoff is also an out of mind back to the balls, and obviously Joe Root, one of the best players in the world right now, and there's some proper cricketers nowadays,
and they are, and I think so. Listen, forgive me, but I'm more football orientated. But I've always loved to watch a bit of cricket, but it's predominantly been Test cricket. Okay, and I remember Graham Gooch, Mike Gatlin. I remember Jack Russell's wicket keeper. That type of era.
Tell them about United.
And we've got some supporters in the background. I'm not sure what they're saying, but we're there. But yes, so I remember those sort of players, and you'd never put them down as athletes and professionals by comparison to today's game. And you look at the guys now when they're out on the field. Everybody's an athlete nowadays.
There's so many different competitions in the game now. 2020 ODI and Test cricket, and I think we go under the radar that bowlers nowadays get so many injuries. 3 England Test bowlers have all got stress fractures in the back just from this week. So we just realised you've got to think about the workloads of the bowlers, and probably back then it probably wasn't thought about as much, and they probably played through injuries that they shouldn't have done.
And I think, I don't want to take this away from you guys, right? But we look at Jimmy Anderson, and he's chomping at the bit to get back in that Test team. And I listened to him recently on an interview, and he's saying, I'm ready to go, I feel as good as I did. And to have that longevity in the sport, from when he used to bowl with that funny coloured hair and whatever, to be one of the best bowlers in the world, Lancashire boy himself as well. That must be an inspiration to look to.
Around him in the changing rooms every now and then, and just see him around and seeing what he does now. He conducts himself in a professional environment. You look up to people like that, and he's one of the best bowlers I've ever seen.
And we don't want to single people out. This isn't just, but around the youngsters, yourselves and everybody around, what is he like there?
He's a good character, and he makes you feel very welcome. And I've trained with him the odd time, and he's good around the young lads, but also he knows that he wants to focus on himself, and he knows that he very much keeps himself to himself. But he's one of the best professionals and bowlers I've ever seen.
I've got to be honest, that interview is only within the last few weeks I heard, and he's very humble about that. When you say he keeps himself to himself, it's not about the limelight for Jimmy Anderson. It's about the cricket and him as a person wanting to do the best for himself, and whether that's club or country. I know he was very, very disappointed to be left out of the West Indies tour, I think, and he's made that very public, but he's not blamed anybody. All he said was, I'm ready to go to the next. And how good is that in the sport of cricket? Exactly. In sport in general, we don't always see that. People want to blame others.
He got his head down, and he said he wanted to play for Lancashire, and he's done well so far. He's had that opportunity to go and get wickets, and rightfully so, he's back in the team now for the next couple of weeks. So
brilliant. And so, just 4 games in the 2020, so I know there's an expectation, but how's the outlook for the rest of the season looking at the moment for you guys?
I think we had a bit of a chat before the year. We sort of set our sights as maybe just halfway in the table, maybe a little bit higher, 4th or 5th maybe. We've got a couple of other good cricketers here. We've got Jack in, like I said, who's currently a Lancashire professional cricketer, and an overseas from Pakistan. So we should do well. We've not set our sights too high. Plenty of tipping us to go probably down, which is nice to be a bit of an underdog. We just got to play our best cricket, and tomorrow I'll go again and see how that goes.
I know you got tomorrow.
Oral. Short trip to Oral, so looking forward to that. Hopefully
Brilliant. And what is there a thought tomorrow, win, lose or draw, or you just leave it there and go and play your best cricket?
Like, in this league, you never know who can turn up. They've got a good overseas, I've heard as well from. I'm not sure where he's from, but you never know who plays the best cricket on the day. A bit like football, really, rugby, whatever sport it is. Nothing really to be expected.
Brilliant. Well, listen, good luck tomorrow, but more importantly, good luck for the rest of the season. I do hope, look, we'll get more of you guys on throughout the season because I think that's really important and we can see that journey. But thank you very much for coming on the pod. Really appreciate it. All the best. What an amazing interview there from Ben. Spoke openly and frank about his cricket, his family, Lancashire, Newton, and you know, he really did carry on and talk about Newton and how much the team meant to him, all the boys and the friendships that have grown there. So fair play to him, and I think, look, he's probably got a great career ahead of him. So remember the name and remember the guy because, he loves cricket and he does really, really well. And he comes from a heritage of cricket. But a true sportsman as well. Used to play football down at Newton as well. So a real all-rounder. But, you can just feel the passion that he has for the game. And what a nice young man as well. He's got his head screwed on. He spoke there about how at 19 he knows his game and he knows what he needs to do. I mean, that's real mature head on young shoulders. But all the best, Ben, and it'll be great to follow his career and get him back on. But he really, I love the way he paid tribute to all of these teammates and how much he loves playing down at Newton. Well, the vibe down at Newton on Friday night, it was amazing with the presentation night for the Rugby Union boys in full swing, and the music was going, the beers were being drunk, there's plenty of drinks on the go, and I gotta say at this point everybody looked dapper. Yeah, the boys really made an effort to put the shirts on, the club ties. Wives, girlfriends, friends, family, they looked amazing as well, and it's a real celebration. And I think in this I mentioned that the club smelled heavily of aftershave and some amazing fragrances, but it was, what I meant by that is it was just really, really nice to see and hear the guys let their hair down a little bit, and this is on the back of a recent visit to Benidorm. Okay, now I tried to get James earlier to spill some dirt. He wouldn't do it. I've tried to get Paul to spill some dirt here. Unfortunately, you're not going to get anything out of those at that point. Maybe I should have stuck around and waited for the drinks to flow a little bit more and tapped up one or two of the boys at the end of the night. I'd have probably got some more stories. But no, an amazing night. I'm delighted to be able to bring Paul on because you'll hear he's got, years and years, I think he said 30 years of experience or association, should I say, with the club and in many forms. And it's a real privilege to get him on. And you'll hear once again, as is the theme with anybody here, the pride that goes with being associated with a club. Sit back and listen to this one. It's a great listen. Right, I'm down at Newton Sports Club and I'm delighted to join a band, and they're nothing to do with sport whatsoever, but Malarkey. Welcome, gents. How are you doing?
We're all right. We've not said you've joined yet, though.
I've got in front of me a bunch of comedians that also play music, and this is going to be a real tough interview on me. And if it gets tough, then I can make it tough for them as well. I'm sure, probably not, but let's go with. So I have got. Let's just make sure we got Nick, we got Steve, we got Chris and James. Did I get that right?
That's right. Yes.
We started right. So gents, tell us a bit about yourselves. What type of music you play? How long you've been together? Go for it.
We've been together 24 years. All from Newton the Willows.
Not married?
Not married?
Not married, no.
No.
So you live in Sin?
Yes.
Okay.
We play a lot of... Hillstown's not Sin. You can't say that on a podcast. We have been together 24 years. We play all sorts really. Kings of Leon, Beatles, Stereophonics, bit of Wham every now and again.
Oh, there's a fan in the background.
Yeah, we do
There's a Wham fan.
So, we play all sorts really.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah.
And you're here tonight because the Rugby Union boys, I've got to be careful because if I don't differentiate those codes, I get in all sorts of trouble here. So the Rugby Union guys, they've got their presentation awards tonight, and they've asked you to come along and perform for them.
Yeah, it's probably our, what is it, 5th year?
Yeah. Obviously before COVID we did a few, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is the first one after COVID.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know we were playing here until last week.
Oh, there you go.
I knew we had a gig.
Yeah.
No, it was right corner from the house.
Did we not tell you? Alright, okay.
Do you get left out often, or is it just once off?
Just, you know,
It's
just don't
because he's
really
new.
pay attention.
Because he's new, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's not, he doesn't get left out. He's just every lapse of days.
It's just that Steve usually just takes me to and from gigs, so I don't need to worry about the destination. It's all about the journey.
Yeah.
But you've got 23 and a half years worth of making up to do, you know, to get into that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good luck on that one. So tonight, looking forward to the awards ceremony and what you're going to perform for the boys and girls out there tonight.
Yeah, good. I think it's always a good night. Isn't it?
It's
When we
always a
play
good
it.
crowd, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, when we play it like the Oak Tree and the Griffin, these lot come and watch us anyway. And it normally turns into... There's that time we played at the Oak Tree where they had to set off the fire alarm.
Yeah, they always end
Because
up
there was
half
too many
naked
people
with
in.
the ties around
these
their
lot
heads usually,
were half
don't they?
naked. So
And
the
that's
Oak Tree
actually-
set off the fire alarm. Or the fire alarm got set off. I can't remember whether they did it on purpose or not. But anyway. But yeah, they come and watch us a bit, so...
Brilliant. So you're familiar with a lot of the players and those that are here tonight as well. And when you play, is it predominantly in the local area? Do you go further afield? What's that geography like?
Generally, we do the Griffin regular, we do the Oak Tree regular. We
Knowsley.
Yeah, we more local really, but we do travel further. We feel like we get a lot of birthdays and weddings and things like that as
We're
well.
playing up in Thingy tomorrow night, aren't we?
Rottenstall tomorrow.
Way tomorrow night, so we do travel a bit. It depends if somebody rings us up and they say it's a good pub and they ask us to play there, then we'll do it. But
Do an Anglesey, September.
oh yeah, we're playing at a
Anglesey,
wedding.
yeah.
There's a group of people we play for there, don't we? All there, do you?
We like Anglesey.
Oh, nice. That's a nice little trip away for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, decent. And hopefully the sun might shine round there. Debatable there, isn't it?
If anyone's listening from Monaco, we're open to gigs there. Thumbs up and get us overlap.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this podcast has reached, honestly, it's gone out to Australia, America, all of the UK. The only place in the UK it hasn't hit so far, so all of the downloads, is the East Coast, which is Norwich, Ipswich and all that. So that don't really count, does it? Let's be honest, no one really bothers
You'll
about
get
it.
there in 3 years, won't it?
They probably haven't got
Same as it takes
Spotify
to
yet.
travel from here to there by car.
Yeah. But they probably ain't got Wi-Fi at the moment around there, and you know there's all sorts of issues. But listen, if people in America, Australia are open for a bit of travel over there,
Yeah, definitely.
If they're willing to pay, we'll play.
Yeah, that's true.
We've sold our souls.
Yeah,
so you think you can conquer America on the back of the podcast? What do you reckon?
I think so. And the rugby do. I think we're on our way.
I think you're onto it. I think you're onto it. So I assume a busy time of the year now coming up for you guys. So lots of weddings, christenings, birthday. Well, in the summertime, everybody wants to celebrate and get bands in. You fully booked? You open? Do you need anything? What's it looking like in the next couple of months for you?
Down because we're on holiday, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you know what?
The worst band ever.
We used to play about... Well, I used to make us play probably twice every weekend.
Yeah, every Friday, Saturday we were doing it.
And
at
then-
one point, weren't we?
A couple of my kids, excuse me, and then they said, we don't want to do that. So I was like, tough. So we carried on.
We all aged.
Yeah, and then we got older, and then I think we do two a month now, don't we? This is the first weekend in probably 10 years we've done 2 gigs a weekend. But yeah, we normally do 2-3 gigs at a push a month. But we take August off, don't we? We have August as holidays, and but yeah, no, we've got a couple of Saturdays free. To be fair, I think.
I didn't know that we take August off, but
We did.
it's good to know.
So that's your holidays.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
only because generally we're all off. We can take paid
Good.
leave.
I do have an holiday in August,
Oh, there
actually,
you
so
go, then you fit well.
that coincides quite nicely.
Could you not do a solo? So you know just.
Don't
Well,
talk about
you know,
solos. No,
This is a solo
don't talk about
artist,
Chris.
singing guitar.
There's
Likes to do like.
there is a dog in the background. I'm not sure what it's doing there, but I believe it's okay. It's healthy. No, there's no issue with the dog.
Being kicked.
It's being kicked. Okay.
Right now.
Not being
Just
kicked.
disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Can we just say that Steve's point of view is nothing to do with Malarkey?
Not presentation playing.
I do have a dog.
His views are his own.
Steve's views are not in line with the views of Malarkey.
Or morals.
Is that Kurtz's dog?
Anyway.
Should we just move on from that dog? Because I think this is heading down a dodgy road.
Send me barking mad.
I tell you, I told you there are a bunch of comedians, full-time comedians, part-time musicians.